You know what the South is like in the summer.
What's up, Red Band?
South in the summer's huge. Shit.
That's why they believe in hell. Because it feels like it.
Hey, this is Red Band coming to you live from the Comedy Store. How are you guys doing today? This is a brand new episode of Kill Tony. Give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Still takes me 5 minutes to get to the seat. Hey, everybody. Hi, everybody. Yeah, there you go. It's a real live audience, everyone. Kill Tony number 24. Are you guys excited or what? I was just in Toronto, Canada all week at the Dark Comedy Fest, and I had hundreds of people come up to me talking about Kill Tony, and it's so exciting. So thank you, Toronto, for an amazing week. Special shout out to Tyler and Stacy, this super Kill Tony couple.
Stacy.
That they know everything and they get it. Wearing the Hinchcliffe shirt, sitting in the front row. They had me sign a Quentin Tarantino 8-disc fucking DVD set that was sweet. They get me. So special shout out, first ever shout out. Took 24 episodes for me to say a stranger's name on this show. But Tyler and Stacy, that one's for you. I'm so glad to be back in LA. Flew for 8 hours today, which was a devastating blow. But then I got to go home and eat some delicious vegan food.
Here we go.
And
What was his name?
oh, you son of a bitch!
I'm sorry, I haven't been able to do this for a week. I missed it. You're not allowed to leave me anymore.
I know, and it's not the same without you, by the way. I'm like on this. I'm all trained to hang out with Red Band on the road now. We've been touring so much, so now I'm in Toronto by myself, which normally is fine, but now when like shows end and everybody leaves and I'm done talking to audience members, I still feel weird saying that I have fans. It's so creepy to me. I guess you work for it for years, and then when it happens, it's just, you feel weird saying it because it sounds braggy or something?
Yeah.
Does it sound braggy?
Yeah.
How does it feel when I say it? Anybody say anything right now?
Douchey.
Sounds like
Does
this.
it? But you're saying no, so you said that and no. So you immediately shake your head no. So how does it really feel when I say it? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's an
Who gives a
accomplishment.
shit? You guys
Oh, an accomplishment. You worked for it.
It's better work.
It's fucking weird. Did you put something on this?
No.
It's like wet and weird.
Well, Josh probably did a mic check.
Oh yeah.
Test.
I want Josh to be like an announcer of some kind. I wish we could just like, maybe, I don't know. We'll talk about it, but I think it'd be so funny if like he brought us up because he has a speech impediment, right?
It is pretty funny.
Welcome to another episode 24 of Kill Tony. Josh, come up here real quick. Put your hands together for associate producer of the show. He's been with us since episode 1. Josh, give me an example of how you would announce us if you just stood there in the beginning while we came in behind you.
There's a lot of pressure.
Just fucking do it.
Check. 1, 2, check.
Okay.
I would do that first.
Give the announcement.
Welcome everyone to Kill Tony, episode 24. And then that's when you clap.
Okay, so then you would say our names.
Do I have to say his name though?
Yes, you have to say his name. Josh has a little trouble with ours.
I want you to say my correct German name, not my fake stage fag name.
Yeah, he has trouble with L's too.
Weichel?
Weichel sounds Jewish. I like that.
Weichel.
Brian Weichel.
Jesus Christ is here in the back of the room.
Oh.
And how dare you not announce the resurrection.
Give up for the resurrection and you know it's going to be Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah. Alright, Josh, go make sure everything works out. Josh keeps an eye. Yes, that is Josh's fucking intro and outro music.
And it didn't even announce that famous adult film star Missy Martinez is in the front row.
What?
Like, come on.
I I was wondering what this awesomeness was. I'm like, this is just too good to be true. But now it all makes sense. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming up. Fuck yeah. Looking great. And as always, how dare we not mention our head of security, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for the one and only Iron Patriot. Making sure. Wow. Stronger than ever.
Yes. It's great to be here with you on Veterans Day, Tony.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month that World War I ended. And that's why we do it on November 11th for Veterans Day. And this holiday is celebrated as Armistice Day in Europe, and in Canada it's Remembrance Day. Also in the other Commonwealth nations too, it's Remembrance Day. But this is a very important day, Tony.
I can tell because your hand's shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're twitching like crazy.
Josh!
Oh, Josh, you gotta fix his hat. His hat fell off. Put your hands together for Josh Martin again. For some reason, the Patriots wearing a,
This is a tip helmet.
a
It's really for the mailman, but they also wore it in military, because I'm doing my son mailman today.
Well, it looks like a plastic fedora to me.
Yeah, it's kind of small. I wish I had a bigger one, but I had to do the best I could. Tony, there's something I want to talk to you about.
What is it?
Saturday night, I noticed there was a tweet from my good friend Toronto Batman. And he said that he was opening up for you and Brody
Yes.
in a comedy show.
Yes.
Now, that is the guy I was telling you about that 5 years ago when the military guy attacked me in my old Iron Man and knocked me down. He's the guy that chased down the guy and got the cops involved, and then I ended up getting $1,000. But I owe him a lot. He's a very, I don't know if you talked to him.
I don't remember that story. I did not talk to him about you.
Did you talk to him at all, though? Did you meet him?
Yes, he was unbearable.
Yeah, he likes to stay
I
in
mean,
character.
this guy was unbearable. I was looking forward to this Saturday show that I had with Brody Stevens. I did a comedy festival, so you have different shows every night. And one night was a podcast, me and Mike Lawrence from New York, very funny comedian. If you're not following him, at Mike Lawrence on Twitter, got to make friends with him this week. But he doesn't drink and smoke, you know what I mean? So I was missing my fucking little munchkin here. But Mike Lawrence and I had a great time. We interviewed the Iron Patriot. We just had to sit down, the three of us, for a podcast that ended up not getting recorded because there was nobody there to record it. Where were you? And
You left and right.
so I did the podcast on Tuesday, then we did a chic roast on Wednesday with Gilbert and everybody, and then another chic roast on Thursday just outside of Toronto. And then Friday, or whatever it was, I finally got to do stand-up again. Having 3 nights off of doing stand-up for me is like crazy, even though I was roasting and doing podcasts, whatever. I mean, every Monday, even after this show, I go right downstairs and do a spot and get it out of my system. But anyway, so I finally was there to do stand-up, and then I go to the green room. Brody went to get a Red Bull, so I'm excited to be back at this awesome club, the Comedy Underground, also known as Clandestiny in Toronto. And I get in the green room, so excited, and then that guy starts annoying the dog shit out of me. I mean, Toronto Batman. So he comes here and he dresses like Batman sometimes.
He sometimes stays in character and he can kind of confuse you.
He was unbearable.
But see, this is what happened. See, when I met him 5 years ago, he was just on the boulevard like me.
Yeah.
But a year and a half ago, he made this video called Batman's Night Out that has like 2 million views.
Yeah, he told me about it. When I asked him what his name was, his response was, I have viral videos on YouTube. So when I say this guy was unbearable, just know that that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking unfucking bearable. He did a decent job on stage, but then Brody met him, and he burnt a bridge with Brody immediately. Like, this is the kind, I mean, when I say unbearable, I mean unfucking bearable. The first thing he did with Brody, Brody's like, hey, hello, nice to meet you, yes. Oh, you're opening? Okay, nice to meet you. He's like, yeah, let's do a Vine. He already had his Vine out while he was meeting Brody. Brody's like, stop it, not happening. That's not how you introduce yourself. You don't just start vining me. Who are you? How dare you? So it was like I heard that from, I was just outside the green room door and I started hearing Brody furious. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Tony, get this guy away from me. after I had all that shit with him. So this is your friend in Toronto. The one unbearable fucking
I
human
wish I
being.
could have been there. I probably could have settled everyone down because he is a good guy. He really is.
Well, hopefully we'll take Kill Tony to Toronto. I mean,
Yeah.
so many fucking people were talking with me about it, and I told them all, that's always part of what I say is I refuse to take Kill Tony on the road without you, Patriots. So,
Yes, I'm looking forward to some road trips, Tony.
fuck yeah.
All right, so what's the song that you sent us?
This is Mailman, and they've already did the video on this. I know you guys have heard the song, but
No, we haven't. What are you talking about?
well, I mean, this was played. The video was played before, but this is a different recording of the song that was done 2 years later. This is a little bit more clean.
Now, I always notice you've been sending in a song every week now, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I have no idea why. But I always notice that these songs have your actual voice in the recording, and then you sort of sing with it with your robot voice.
I mean-
But they really sound the same.
Yeah, because it's me. Well, it's like
That's simple math.
Well, thanks a lot,
could have
Patriot.
been, I guess I could have made karaoke versions out of them and took the vocals off, but there's all this neat background vocals that kind of make it bigger, so I just decided to go that way.
Let's fucking do it. And you know, how long is this one?
3:30.
Just as long as Red Band wants to do it.
Well, I mean, will you signal to us at the end when it's enough? I mean, not three. We can't do 3:33.
I know.
Because every time you do one of these songs, at about 1 minute 20 seconds, I start making a noose out of the extra wiring over here.
Yeah,
It's fun. It's always like the same. All the verses are the same, and there's like 7 of the same choruses. So 3 minutes and 33 seconds. It's not like it's fucking Pink Floyd where you can sit there and listen to it.
Dirty Crabber is better than Crash Test Dummies, Tone.
Oh.
I swear to God, you ever say that again, I will break my hand on your suit.
I'll break you like a twig.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know if
All right.
Dirty Crabber beat the Crash Test Dummies, who won a fuking Grammy, by the way, Patriot. So why don't you
They
just
got
slow
one
your
song, I got a
roll?
lot of songs. They only got one, I got a lot of them.
What did he say?
I ain't got a lot of songs. See, Papa?
These are classic songs.
Don't you see my plastic fedora?
All right, so let's hear this.
Yeah.
Let's see if this is better than the Crash Test Dummies.
Yeah.
Okay, you
There we go.
That's
Give it up
perfect.
to the Iron Patriot. Coming in at 1 minute 50 seconds.
1 minute 45 seconds in. So that, by the way, 1 minute 45 seconds in. The remaining was 1 minute and 49 seconds. We weren't even halfway through that song.
Yeah.
You know what that song needs though, if you were going to do that long of a song? It needs a part where like all the music goes away, maybe it's just a saxophone, and then you have like this was really long, beautiful chorus of just you. You know?
Oh, yeah. They need to put that in a film or a commercial. If anybody wants to use that, that song is on iTunes. If you guys want to buy it, you look Dirty Crabber on iTunes.
There we go.
You go there, you get it for 99 cents. You got it on your iTunes, ready to play.
Yeah, we know how iTunes works, Patriot.
Yeah,
Once you download it, then you have it, then you can play it.
Yeah. You get up in the morning, it'll get you going in the day. There's somebody over in Ireland that says they start their day every morning with that song to get them going.
I promise you I'm going to buy that, by the way.
Who told you that they start every day with that song?
Some girl across the ocean, and I think she's in Ireland. She's across the ocean. She fell in love with that song. I even sent it to her in an email so she'd have it. She says that it puts her in a good mood, and that good mood continues through the whole day. So you guys try it if you want the mailman. It'll get you going.
What are you going to do when they stop the post office? I mean, there's almost no more mailmen. Like, I mean, they're about to end that whole thing because paper mail is pointless.
I said this song would work great in movies, so they'll always be making movies about the old days, so put it in there.
Your arm twitched a lot after that one. For those of you that don't know, when the Patriot gets nervous or says something silly, his arm twitches.
Yep.
Can you turn off the AC? Thank you. One more time for Josh Martin.
Yeah.
It's 7th applause break tonight.
When you're vegan, you get cold and you don't have your man blanket around you. You have to turn off the air conditioning.
You son of a bitch! Why do you do this? I get punished for eating healthy. You're the one that puts meat in your mouth.
Oh.
Doesn't that make you gayer than me?
No.
I mean, I never put meat in my mouth. Penis is a meat. That makes you gayer than me. How do you like that? I just flipped that shit on you. You meat mouth. Yeah, what are you gonna say, meat mouth? Fuck yeah. Kill Tony 24, everybody, and we have 2 guests as always. You guys ready to meet them or what?
Meat.
You ready to put the meat and meet our guests? Fuck yes. Well, the first guy that I'm going to bring up, he is a writer on Comedy Central's The Burn. He is a Comedy Central roast writer. Him and I started stand-up comedy together. He's the first ever guest in Kill Tony history to be on for a 3rd time. One of my best pals. Put your hands together for Benji Aflalo. His 3rd appearance. Also, television writer, extraordinaire, social media guru, another regular Tours with Bobby Lee, super funny friend of mine for years. Nick Youssef is here for his first time. Finally, he's available. He's got amazing hair. He's a great looking guy. He does an impression of me.
I am Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm also sick, so it's not as good.
Yeah, he's a little bit under the weather. Benji, I heard you might be a little bit sick too.
Also a little under the weather. You know, had some showbiz stuff to do outside doing a shoot. Immune system can't hang.
Wow. Super Jewish.
Yes, I only get sick on set.
Fuck yeah. So you guys do anything crazy this week? You were in Austin?
I was in Austin, Texas at Fun Fest. Wow. I had the best time ever. I slept with a girl from Tinder, and I really, really liked her. It was my first hookup on Tinder. She was really great. I really got along with her great.
That is so cool.
How long did the courting process take?
The courting process?
Like you like each other, and then how long did you talk before it was like, hey, come meet me somewhere?
She actually invited me to her house that night. So I was like, whoa, am I getting catfished? What kind of girl's just inviting a stranger to her house? There were going to be hoodlums there ready to take me to an ATM at gunpoint and ask for my PIN number. So I became her Facebook friend. You know, I asked for some photographic evidence of what she told me. She was like, I'm cooking brownies. I'm like, send me a picture of you and the brownies.
Right.
So everything matched up. And then I was like, all right, fine, I'll come to your house. And then she was like, you missed your window.
Oh.
Right. So then the next morning I was like, we gotta hang out tonight. Otherwise, you're gonna break my heart here.
Right.
And so we hung out. We got along great.
Did you eat the brownies?
I never got the brownie. She said if I was willing to come over, I could have a brownie. But I was like, no, you're just coming to the house.
Did you eat her pussy?
I mean...
First night.
Were you not sure?
I like
around that area.
There's some ladies here. Ladies, is that too much disclosure if for a guy you're dating who you like?
Well, just
you already said that you hooked up with her one night off of Tinder.
I'll let you guys make your assumptions.
Obviously,
Let's just say it's the only thing I'm good at. So,
Yeah.
Say that.
Fuck yeah. Who needs brownies when you can go to Townies?
Do you know there's this app, and this is horrible, it's called Lulu. Have you heard of it?
Dude,
Heard
that's
of
the
Lulu, I'm not
devil.
on it yet.
It's the devil, and I've
That's the
spent
devil.
the last 2 days trying to hack my Facebook, make fake Facebook's accounts, and it won't let me through. You can only start it if you're a woman,
Yeah.
and it reviews sex of guys.
It's
So
like-
like you look
yeah.
up your name, and there's like 3 reviews of 3 different girls that have fucked you, and it goes through like, oh yeah, this person is really, has depression problems, or this person's dick is small. And there's a few comics that I looked up that with like 10 reviews, they're on the front page, like when you go to this app, it's just like, coming in at number 2, blah blah, don't want to say their name. And then,
It's like Yelp review for dick.
yeah.
Wow. That's
How do you
insane.
spell that?
L-U-L-U.
It's really
Yeah.
taking off.
Hell yeah, it's about to. This lady sounds like she's had a lot of dip.
Is there a guy? Is there a
She's
guy?
ready to review.
We've been looking for a guy version, it hasn't caught on. Like this has caught on.
Because guys aren't that fucking cruel.
Yeah, that's
That's
right.
true.
Like we have more respect for women than women have for us. Like I wouldn't be like, her pussy sucks online. That's so rude.
We just
Right.
tell
Every
it to
girl
our
will be like,
each
his
other's
dick
faces.
is this.
Well, the guy version will literally be like, she fucked me or she didn't fuck me, and then that's it. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
there's
fucked,
2
she
boxes
doesn't
to
fuck.
check.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Lulu thing probably has like money, like well, what kind of he ended up he told me he was
It's
gonna
all
take me
emotion.
to dinner, but then he took me to Applebee's, so it's like fuck this guy. I can just picture it, right?
A lot of them are like emotionally unavailable. It's just really like
I looked
sappy
up
stuff.
I looked up the Iron Patriot to see if there was anyone on there. There was one review, and it was in black and white.
Rain, sleet, or snow.
Hey, Nick, I want to say something to you.
Okay.
Today, I discovered something about you. I didn't know that you do a podcast with Kevin Christie
I do.
called Occasionally Awesome.
That is correct.
And I was checking out episode 8, and you guys, it was a trip to the art museum.
Yeah.
Seamless plug. Keep going.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And Benji, today I was talking about.
Wait, that was it? That they
You just acknowledge that it exists.
Yeah.
No,
It's like a summary.
no, go on, Nick. What do you want to say, Nick?
Oh no, I was just going and then you're like, and then that's it.
No, I saw a lot of things about you, but I just came to mind was Benji. You went to school in New York. What was it like living up there?
I love New York. It was great. I think everyone should go to college there. It's just a great place to go to school.
Where do you keep the 4-year-old that writes your questions? Is that under your staircase?
No, but I mean that's good. A lot of people probably don't know about that podcast, and I thought it was interesting. Kevin really goes back with art. I mean, he went to a prestigious art school and stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that about him.
And I know absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah, that's what was interesting.
He
The
just taught
contrast.
me. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, very good, Patriot. I mean,
His
you are
awkward pauses are amazing.
Yeah.
And just stares at me with those energy-saving light bulbs.
No, all that you hear is his arm twitching.
Hey, Iron Patriot. This one time I went online and I saw that you have tweets.
Oh yes, I do.
He's like, wow, this Benji, he's a professional.
Really.
I'm just teasing.
Have you been seeing all my Easter eggs? I've been
Yes, you know what? I want to talk about that. Patriot tweets from the @ComicPatriot account, and for those of you that don't know, when he's not on Monday night being the Iron Patriot here on Kill Tony, one of his day jobs is he's an extra, and he gets a shit ton of work. So one of the funniest things, if you ever check his Twitter account, @ComicPatriot, is that you'll see him in the background of like 2.5 Men, The Office, Parks and Rec. I mean, every major show.
Yeah, I
Hannah
just put one
Montana.
on of Big Bang Theory and Shameless, and I had one of Glee.
Yeah.
It's been pretty fun, and people seem to be enjoying it. They like to try to see if they can find me. And, Red Band got me off on this thing saying they're like Easter eggs.
Hey Josh, can you pick up all the credits that the Patriot just dropped? Jesus, Patriot. What are you, you're like a robot of IMDb,
Well, I'll
right?
tell you, all these bitches in LA want to get famous. That's all they care about. I'm one of those bitches, too. I want to get famous.
And you shouldn't take extra work.
I'll tell you what, I'm making a big sacrifice for this show because I've been missing out on a lot of work because I can't work on Mondays anymore. And sometimes there's 2-day calls and 3-day calls. But I know Tony appreciates it. I'm having a good time here. I haven't been doing as many jobs this year as I usually do.
Patriot, I love you, but you know that extra work is like looked down upon. They had a whole show on HBO about extras and how they're losers.
I know, but that's why Red Band got me looking at it, that it's like a funny thing.
You gotta take lemonade and put it in your lemon.
Believe me, I know. I'd much rather have speaking lines, believe me, but I'm trying to make the best of it. It's pretty funny, you know, and I think I've seen a lot of behind the scenes.
You really gotta check out these tweets of him talking about being an extra. It is so fucking funny because you see his head in the background of all these amazing television shows.
See, the Dexter one's the best. Dexter's about to put some meat on the grill, and he's just standing next to Dexter with a plate of meat.
Well, that wasn't actually Dexter. I wish I could have got it. That was just, he was in that scene, but that was another actor.
No.
But that was I was right there on the set with him. Actually, that guy, Michael Anthony, he got mad at me because I grabbed a drink off the tray. But yeah, he was right there in that scene.
You grabbed a drink off of the tray?
Yeah, at the wrong time or something.
Tell me about it.
How do you feel that?
What happened there?
It's just I was like walking and I was grabbed a drink off something when I wasn't supposed to. He was standing there next to a tray or something. And I saw his dark side, you know, because, you know, you're all excited to be on the set with these stars, but they're there to get things done. They don't give a shit about, you know, you, so.
It's called working.
Yeah.
So do you force your way into the camera shot as an extra? Do you make it a point?
Well, I'll try to look for the camera. There's a lot of things I can't even find, you know, and that I've been trying to search for them and stuff, but, yeah, it's
How do you feel that your theatrical reel is a silent film?
you know, yeah, it is, but, you know, some of you guys, I don't know if you guys know about this. Have you heard of the famous extra named Jesse Hyman?
Of course we have. No.
Okay, this guy, remember in the Super Bowl? Listen, this guy is really extremely famous. He was in that Super Bowl.
He's not really extremely
No,
famous.
but listen 1 second. Before we go on, just listen 1 second. You know the Super Bowl commercial where he kissed that model, Bar Raffaele. You guys know this. And Danica Patrick was in it. He put a video on YouTube. He got millions of watches. People know it was on a Super Bowl commercial. You guys watched the Super Bowl, didn't you?
Can you define famous? The word.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different levels. Yeah, he's not George Clooney famous, but this dude is, I mean, you guys saw the Super Bowl, didn't you? Am I the only one who watched the Super Bowl?
No, we saw the Super Bowl.
No, we did not.
And unless
I
he
know
was...
Joe Rogan and Red Band don't care, but everybody else, you watched the Super Bowl, right? That commercial where he kissed that ugly, the guy with the Jew fro, the fat kid.
Whoa.
He kissed the girl, Bar Raffaele. And it was on Danica Patrick, but he's a famous
That's
actor.
enough, Patriot. You're out of control.
Ah, you know what I'm talking about. You're trying to make me look stupid, though.
Nobody knew. Only you would get excited about a famous
No, I'm
extra.
talking about, this is a big story. I was on a CBS special they did about this dude. I mean, you don't understand. It was like when... If I had the internet in front of me, I could show you what I'm talking about. I don't have a way to...
Even if you showed us, we'd still have no idea.
How do we summon those reactions from him all the time?
We'll fine tune it.
Oh, you don't get it.
It's like come over there and shoot you.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew.
It's like when I tried to explain to you that a lot of people were upset when they changed the comic book Patriot into the movie for Iron Patriot.
That's
There's a lot
enough.
of people
That is
that are upset
enough.
about that. You don't understand.
That is enough. You are out of control. You are overstepping your boundaries. You ever see Andy Richter talk over Conan O'Brien, huh? It ain't fucking happening, Patriot. And it ain't happening here.
Yeah.
You are making me turn into a dinosaur right now.
I better get my Christmas bonus this year, Tony.
You guys ready to get this show started or what? Once again, we have about 30 comedians that have all signed up to do just 1 minute and get talked to by myself and my amazing panel of comedic friends. And once in a while, even the Patriot chimes in. It's a very exciting episode. We have a very special announcement at the end of tonight's episode, which I'm very, very excited about. And you know how it goes. Everybody does 1 minute. At 1 minute, you will hear the meow of a kitty. That's how you'll know that That's how you'll know that your time is up. Now, in comedy, you can't run the light, and the same thing goes here. If you run that kitty cat sound, you're going to get the angry West Hollywood bear, who is angrier than ever tonight. And obviously can't wait to come out. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have you guys with me. You guys ready to get this thing started?
Yes.
Nick Youssef, Benji Aflalo, Patriot, Red Band, and Hinchcliffe. And our first comedian tonight, doing a minute, and then perhaps getting their material punched up. Maybe we're just going to talk to them. Maybe we'll figure out a new joke, something better for them to talk about, something different. Let's talk to and see the comedy of Rebecca Rose Venaggio. Rebecca Rose Venaggio. Gotcha.
Hello. So I am such a fucking guy. I mean, I'm really feminine, but sometimes I'm just such a prick. Growing up with 3 older brothers definitely toughened me out / emotionally scarred me for life. I was taped to a hockey net from 93 to 94. So life has definitely slapped me in the face a couple times, also some other places. Yeah. So those brothers, they, one of them actually, he's crazy. Anyways. What is that to my job? So I have a lot of guy friends, and which all of them are pretty much intimidated by me, probably because they think that my dick is way bigger than theirs. I don't get a lot of dick pics, but I did get one recently, and I was like, oh no, Cody! I show you the fucking cock.
That chair was quick.
Sometimes, I mean, he goes in a cage for a week at a time, and then he comes, hey, wait, Rebecca, get back up here. You don't get to go. Is it Venagra?
Vinagro.
Vinagro.
Or Rebecca Viagra. Bobby Melville called me.
Vinagro. Gotcha. How long have you been doing stand-up?
I just started.
Right.
Yes.
How long? Hey, so how many spots have you done? Have you ever been on stage before?
Yeah, like 5.
Okay, that's cool. Did you just move to LA, or have you been here a while?
2 years.
Have you always wanted to do stand-up?
That sounds like a no.
Sounds like you're really chasing your dreams.
No,
That sounds like she's on her 4th
kind
grade,
of just
right?
got into it recently, and I really enjoy it. I didn't know that I liked writing that much. I kind of got away from it.
What makes your brother so crazy? It felt like you were going to get into something, but then you didn't. So I feel like,
Oh yeah,
I'm just noticing that you mentioned that, and it seemed like there was a lot behind it, but then you said anyways, so you got away from it. So what's so crazy about your brother?
Well, okay, so yeah, he's used to just torture the living shit out of me.
Right.
Like how? What do you do?
Okay, so I was adopted, and when I was like 8.
Just kidding.
So when I was 8, my brother he made up this song for me called the Rebecca Rap, and it goes, Rebecca, Rebecca Rap. Sometimes we wish we could return her back.
Oh my
Wow. Whoa. Where's he at now?
Hilarious.
So I was like, well, y'all just mad because I ate your bologna. I'm not an orphan anymore. I'm your sister, homie. Buy some more bologna.
You ate his bologna.
Did you ever mess around? Because he's not related. You ever mess around with your brother? Is there any funny stuff there? What?
Is this considered punch-up right now?
Yeah, we did take a trip to Alabama.
That's actually a good joke. I fucked my brother, it's cool, I'm adopted.
Great.
That is really funny, and that's a great way to getting into being adopted.
Yeah.
It's a great opener in
Which you
general.
definitely should be acknowledging, because that's, that one of the main things is trying to figure out how we're all different. There's no doubt that you could be like the adopted comic.
Yeah.
The adopted incest comic.
Yeah. The fucked her brother. It's funny that you. It's funny that you got taped to the hockey net between '93 and '94. That was a highlight. But then you say you got slapped
Yeah,
in the
I
face, and then you say you got slapped other places. What did you mean by other places?
Did you like those other places being slapped?
Oh my God, Ryan! Will you put your boner away for 10 seconds?
I mean, you're a cute girl when you say like I'm like a guy. Like the first thing I'm like is like you're not a guy.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
That's
Oh, I
like
see
a
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're cute, so to like that's like the cute girl being like I'm such a guy. It's like all right.
Yeah, it's a bad way to do self-deprecation because we until that point we don't know what you mean by that, and it is a first impression. You could even just get right. You could get right into. I had sex with my brother. Like that's such a funny opening.
One day I was smoking meth with Janet, and then I had sex with my brother.
Where are you from? You smoke meth?
Oh, I'm from Boston, but
Oh.
I don't smoke meth because
Like currently?
I like my teeth.
So you don't act like a guy. You're just a girl from Boston.
Yeah. Right. That's how every girl from Boston
You're
is.
so ugly.
You don't have the Boston accent, though. You don't have that disgusting, horrible.
Have sex with me. Please just fuck me. You're from Boston. No, Boston's the best. Go Red Sox.
What do you know about your biological
It's a Marino. Oh, it's another Bostonian, Andrew Themelis.
I don't.
I could
really
tell there's a
know.
Boston cackle in the back. I'm like, who the fuck? That's how they laugh, the guys. That's a different thing. I could hear it.
Oh,
I thought
I
you were
just know what
Marino.
it looked like, I guess, and how old.
Well,
they were.
congratulations, Rebecca. I think you've just been hit with a magic spell. For 5 times on stage, that's really good, and you have some promising premises. Nick, anything else for
Do
Rebecca?
you have like stage experience other than the 5 times doing comedy?
Theater, stripping?
Yeah, I used to do a little theater. I'm an actor too, but I just started out here. So.
Yeah, you seem comfortable. I'd project more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
Oh, sorry.
Don't be
If you
sorry.
smack your lips.
And move the mic stand. Not now.
No.
Not now.
But now.
But when you
Now.
take the mic out, that's like
Now move it to the left.
Or behind you.
behind you's the best. Not really to this side. It'll
Inside you
always
is
be
the
that way.
best. Tell you why.
Might disappear.
There you go. And you want that to disappear until you're done, and then you pull it back up, and then you put the mic in the mic stand.
You lick it off.
Could you practice that part now? Practice that part,
Lick it off.
and then say, thank you, that's my time, I'm Rebecca.
Thank you. That's my time. I'm Rebecca.
There she goes, everybody. At Rebecca Rose V on Twitter, Rebecca Rose Vinegra. And I would definitely, before you, whatever, first thing tomorrow I would write a joke off of your last name because people will always say that wrong.
Yeah.
They will never say that correctly. Vinegra? How do you say it?
Vinagro.
Vinagro. Yeah.
Sour wine.
Yeah.
Just change it to Rebecca Viagra.
I would say don't do that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Vinagro.
Or V, Rebecca V.
Vinagro.
It sounds like an old world racial slur.
Yeah. Hey, it's a Vinagro.
Or just a Boston racial
All
slur.
these Vinagros running around the neighborhood. One of them stole my bicycle the other day.
You almost got a laugh full of crown.
Oh, that's the part where you go, oh, by the way, you laugh at the first part, but when the stereo... All right. Patriot, what do you think about Rebecca?
I think you guys covered it pretty well. You said about everything that needed to be said.
Patriot, do you think it's bad if you're adopted and you sleep with your brother?
That could be questionable.
Yeah, this is a guy who got his dick sucked by his Cocker Spaniel, so...
I told you I left my bestiality days behind me, Tony.
That's comforting.
So, no relation, no blood, but fine.
Let me ask you guys a question. When you started out, do you remember what you were talking about? Like your first set?
I was talking about being an 18-year-old.
Wow.
That's literally all I had to offer. That's when you're 18, you're doing nothing but being an 18-year-old.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
great that you had the knowledge to give that perspective, though. I mean, that's fucking great.
Because I had literally no other knowledge.
Right.
It's just like, what else am I besides an 18-year-old? And
Yeah.
that was it. Just out of high school, I would do a joke about like how great my knees were and how they didn't like make any creaking sounds and point at like older people. And older back then was like 25.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. When I did my first set here at the open mic, I went on and literally 3 minutes was just about being a teenager, being 18. And Ari Shafir comes up to me and he goes, "Dude, are you really 18 years old?" I'm like, "Yeah," thinking like, here's my shot. I'm gonna get brought right in the club. He goes, "Wow," because it's 21 and over here. You're gonna have to go.
Walks me right out the door. God, that is so fucking Ari Shafir.
And for 3 fucking years, I would have to wait outside before I went on, and then he would if it was cold or rainy, I would walk into the stairway in the OR, and he's like, "You see that threshold right there? You can't. That's for 21 and over. You're gonna have to go on the other side."
Wow.
For 3 years.
That is so Ari.
And then he helped me get a job here, so I don't hate him.
Yeah, he'll flip on you. It's almost good to have him.
Oh yeah.
Have him against you for a bit because he's a solid friend. How about Benji? What were you talking about at the beginning?
Still doing the same stuff, pretty much.
Just like silly one-liners,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
You remember one that you would never do again that you did back then that you were sort of embarrassed about, maybe?
I used to have a joke where I would say, "I'm a metro conservative," which means I trim my pubes and I have no compassion.
That's hilarious. Why don't you do that? That's the one you're embarrassed about?
Because metro jokes, like, 2 years after I started became hacks, so you could make
Right.
Because, like, every hack does the, like, "What's up with metrosexuals? Real guys are like this and girls are like that." It's like, so it's like, no one wants to hear that.
Right.
Or at least I don't want to hear
You
myself.
guys ready for your next comedian or what? Rebecca Rose. Next one is Skylar. Oh shit, it's Skylar.
The song is Unknown Brother.
It's a packed crowd. Thank you guys for all being here, by the way. I'm excited. Skylar.
All right. So I wrote this next set because I needed more gay jokes. So I was driving my car and then it broke down, pulled to the side of the road, and I decided to fill my tranny. But then I decided to wear a condom. And I was talking to a friend. He was like, "Hey," I told him to stop being a fag. And then he was like, "Oh man, that hurts. I'm a cigarette." So I'm gay. I'm gay all the time, but there's some assholes out there that don't want you to be gay. So I say, fuck them. Thank you very much. I'm Skylar.
All right, Skylar. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Can you do any of those jokes ever again? All 3 of those are unacceptable. We've all almost at one point wrote those jokes, but we're like, oh no, this has been done. The tranny, it's a good thought. Your heart's in the right place. Gotta dig a little deeper though. The tranny.
I couldn't think of any gay jokes. And so
Oh wait, are you really gay?
no.
No, but you want to.
You said you weren't gay!
You opened with, "I need more gay jokes."
I knew it. Look how he's dressed. He's dressed terribly. A gay guy wouldn't dress like that. It's like, what the hell are you wearing?
Yeah.
I know. I'm obviously not gay. That's the whole joke.
Then you can't say fag, bro. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
that was.
That's why you can't do that.
I mean, you can say whatever you want, but don't.
You can't say. You can't say fag.
You especially can't say fag if you're just gonna make the cigarette.
It's
joke.
gotta be like.
But let's figure something out. Let's not just bash you here. Let's figure out. Do you have any gay friends?
Yes, a lot.
Have you
You
banged
say a
tranny?
lot. I don't need a number of friends. I need to know your closest gay friend. Tell me something about him. Are you used to having gay friends? How long have you lived in LA?
About 2 weeks now.
About 2 weeks. Okay, perfect.
Where'd
And
you
we're
move there
getting
from?
somewhere.
Where'd you move here from?
The Bay Area, Oakland.
There you go.
Okay.
So what made you want to like write a joke or a set about like gay jokes specifically?
I just didn't have any, so I was like,
I needed some.
That is the most honest, beautiful thing
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
So was it like I want to write some controversial, like shocking kind of gay jokes, or you just wanted to tackle that angle? Or something?
I wanted to tackle that angle. I have a set called Chicken Dick, and that's kind of gay.
Why are you obsessed with gay stuff?
Well, Chicken Dick, it's not really gay, but you know, it just rolled into that whole deal with the Catholic churches and.
Oh, chicken dick is brings up your guys' conversation about having meat dick in your mouth.
Yeah. So all your gay friends are in Oakland, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So you don't have any gay friends in LA yet.
No, not yet.
Do you think that the gay people will be different here than in Oakland?
Probably not. Probably the same.
Okay, then you'll never have a gay joke. I don't think you understand what I'm trying to do here, Scott. I'm trying to help you write a joke right now. And
What's going on in your life? What's actually going on in your life? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, tonight I was gonna do something about. I was gonna do a joke where I have a lot of baggage, and I date crazy chicks, and then they have baggage, and together both of our baggage creates luggage, and that's a lot to carry around in life.
I just asked you what's going on in your life, and you told me the fourth worst joke.
But that's at least more about what's going on in his life.
I love your spirit, Skylar. Okay.
That makes more sense. That joke needs work, but like it makes more sense than like we were
Right.
talking to a cigarette or something like that.
I mean, I knew you were definitely gonna make, obviously, a baggage joke because of your style, which is I'm gonna hint to you what's coming so that it's an ineffective punchline. So let's talk about something else. 2 weeks you've been in LA.
Okay.
All right. Do you have an apartment yet?
No, not yet.
Where are you living?
With my grandmother.
Why the fuck are you talking about that? There you go. It's 2 questions away from gold. How's that? What's living like your grandmother like golden premise? Go
You walked
ahead.
in her on her pooping yet?
Does she powder your balls with baby powder?
No.
My grandma used to do that to me when I was a little
Talcum
boy.
powder.
I used to take a bath at my grandma's house, and I remember I was a very, very little boy, but I would take a bath there, and then I would lay down on a towel on her bathroom floor, and she would put baby powder all over me. And like,
This is gonna end in us hugging Tony and he's crying.
no, yeah, totally. Crazy part is I did it last week, and it was awesome. You son of a bitch. How dare you?
No, but there's a lot
My
of
grandma might be listening to this.
There's a lot of cool things you can't talk about being at your grandmother's, like looking at her like cache in her browser on her computer. You could just look around the house and look at all the fun shit to talk about. That's all shit that we don't see every day, so you can take advantage of looking at all that shit.
That's what it's about. I just moved to LA. I've been here 2 weeks. Don't have my own place yet. I'm actually living with my grandma. Boom, 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 boom. Should be 5, 6, 7 jokes that you don't
hanging
lead
out with
into with.
Yeah, which is very strange. We went to a farmer's market and the movies and it.
Oh shit, you're
I
gay.
mean, there's stuff in there. Yeah, there's stuff in there.
What movie did you see with her?
Thor?
I took my grandma to see Thor as the beginning of a beautiful.
Yeah, totally. All right, there you go, Skylar, everybody. Write jokes about living with your grandma. Don't write gay jokes just for the sake of it. At Skylar Comedy on Twitter, if you want to shout out to Skylar. He doesn't even have a last name, the poor guy. It's just Skylar. It's like Madonna, just one name.
It's Skylar.
It's like Lord. Skylar, why don't you ever use your last name? Just yell.
It's easier to remember. Just
That's the worst.
What's
theory
your last
I've ever
name?
heard.
Craig?
Craig?
I love this episode so much. I mean, this is just like a slaughter fest the whole way through. So it's just unbelievable. Patriot's still wearing that hat.
Rain, sleet, or snow, Tony.
People have been commenting lately that how weird it is the way that you say my name sometimes at the end of things.
You're
Yeah.
just getting to know me. I'm a very sassy character. You're gonna get to know me in these next few months.
I love it. Okay, here's what's gonna happen right now because I'm gonna pee my pants. I'm gonna pick the next comedian's name. They're gonna do time. I'm gonna be listening the entire time. I'm gonna be in that urinal at the top corner of the bathroom. So I'm gonna still be listening, and I'll be right back. And you guys are gonna stay here and listen. And your next comedian's name is Lil Bro. Here he comes.
Hope I make Tony piss his pants. We all been raped before, right? It's happened, right? Like we all had that run-in with that pedophile. You remember that? Like, nigga, all this for a piece of candy? You know? Because I don't care, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you like, fuck that. You can keep your Snickers, sir. I'm not helping you find that lost puppy either. You know, like, even like, I don't care, like, if the man had his thumb up your ass for 30 seconds. You still gotta go to therapy like the rest of us, motherfucker. You just can't get out of it. I don't really need therapy. Yeah, you do, motherfucker. You gotta join us. Because I was talking to a girl and she was like so worried about getting raped. Like, can you walk me to my car? I'm afraid of getting raped. I'm like, you really don't look that good, bitch. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then I'm thinking like, I'm worrying about getting robbed. I'm like, the only thing he taking is some pussy. You keep that. Motherfucker take $200. I'm crying forever. Like, I never get that. All right, you're at my little brown.
Oh, God. Jesus. A little bit of a reach on that one, Brian. That's the part where you get a little bit excited about your joke, and then, fuck yeah. Lil Bro, very good as always.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
What were you talking about the therapy thing, though? I don't get that. Who has to go to therapy?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, like some people, they'll be in therapy and be like, oh, I was molested as a child, you know what I'm saying? And like, they're in
Fucking
therapy.
losers,
like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Were you really molested?
at like 3 years old, you know, but I don't really want to talk about it. No,
Is that why you can't hold poop in?
either that or I rolled on a pacifier or something, you know.
What was that fucking pacifier?
Like I rolled. Oh shit!
Is it run in the family?
So you weren't molested? Were you really free?
Nah, I was just like that's a joke. No, I just cause like okay, couple of things happened that brought on that joke. Like somebody really did ask me to walk them to their car.
You know that's because women actually get raped and need someone to walk them to their car.
Yeah, but I'm like, if she did get raped and I wanted to fuck her, I might help the dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? You already started.
I think that's a great way to also take it, is that, you know, you're not, I think the perfect tag to that, in my opinion, what do I know, but I think it's like, you're not good looking enough to get raped anyway, and if you were, I'd be the one raping you.
You know, I also have something about ugly chick that, you know, like, dudes want to sleep with ugly women, but it should be like legal to rape an ugly woman. Like you want to fuck her, but you don't want her to know that it's you. Like you catch her from behind, you like, yeah, bitch, yeah. Be like, who is that? She be wrestling with. I see your shoes, Calvin. Bitch, turn your head.
So funny. This is the rape joke.
This is a great example of how like supreme confidence on stage can like you can kind of just get away with anything.
Totally.
Because I was like, yeah, I kind of hear you. Whoa, wait a minute, right? No, that's totally not okay what you're saying. But the delivery and all that, I'm like, all right, yeah, right.
He's like the most lovable guy in the room.
Yeah.
Lil Bro always crushes. We're gonna keep moving forward. Another great set of Lil Bro. Please follow Lil Bro on Twitter. Always funnies. Worst way to possible spell Lil Bro. Lilbrough. little bros. So for those of you on Twitter that like following people with unfollowable Twitter handles, you can follow him there.
It's like a collect. You try to collect them, and it's that hard.
Yeah. This looks like a new name to me. I don't think this person's been on before. Parker Searfoss, everybody.
Hey guys, I just moved here from Texas. And people say no, wrong. No, I moved here from Texas, and people say that people from the South are extra nice, which is true. And then people say that people from the South are extra racist, which is true. But I have a theory. I think that people from the South are extra nice because they're nice to half as many people. Like, I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying mathematically we got like a well of niceness, and they're like, oh, let's pour into the white people bucket. Whereas us non-racists, we give everybody just like a Dixie cup of nice. But it's not, it's not just about race. It's, you know when a serial killer comes out, the news always knocks on their doors and the neighbors are like, oh my God, I had no clue, he was so nice. That proves that serial killers are extra nice to their neighbors and super mean to 30 Boy Scouts. Like, they'll feed your dog while you're on vacation, but he's not feeding those Boy Scouts. Not until they put on the lipstick.
Parker Searfoss coming in.
How long have you been doing comedy? A few years?
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
Austin?
No, Dallas.
Dallas. Oh, well, you know where that is. That's where another man from Texas, the Iron Patriot.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
I lived there for like 25 years.
That's crazy.
1979 to 2007.
Have you ever heard of a little band called the Dirty Crabber?
The first time I was on it, we did look up his videos afterward, and we had a good time.
Oh, you've been on the show before?
Yeah, just once before it as well.
You looked him up. He was in Dallas at the time. You said it played a lot on Dallas radio, right?
Yeah. Well, just a little bit, not. I told you that was kind of the grunge era with Pearl Jam and stuff. We weren't getting a lot of airplay with our songs, but
Right.
Mostly AM radio.
Yeah.
but
I'm surprised that during the grunge era, your B-52s meets fucking
Spin Doctors.
yeah didn't make it.
yeah. So wouldn't you say in Dallas that the black people thrive there? Wouldn't you say? Because the cost of living's cheap and they get a lot of good jobs. I mean,
Did you say fly?
Way worse.
well, I'm just saying, you say racism, but I don't think people understand that in Dallas, the black people thrive there. They do great.
Thrive.
They got great jobs. That the cost of living there is lower. The city's a lot cleaner than this city. I'll tell you that much.
Well, that's true.
But they thrive because it's cheap to live there?
They do good. They do good. Everybody loves the brothers in Dallas.
It's a perfect example of another week with the Iron Patriot and accidental racism. This has been an ongoing thing on this show. He doesn't know when he's being racist and when he's not, but you just said that black people thrive there because it's a cheap city to live
I'm
in.
just saying. You went and talked to them. They'd say they love it there. I mean, everybody's nice. They do great. They make good money. It's a great clean
Except for
city.
the blacks.
I'm watching this poor black lady shake her head slowly right now. Like, what the fuck did I walk into? I like this fucking robot
Hey,
until
I
right
gotta
now.
tell you about something that happened tonight. I've been on this show for 5 months. The first time I came here was on June 10th. Tonight, for the first time, I had to pay for my bus because the female brother that's riding the bus. She told me last week that she threatened. She said, "This is the last time you're gonna have to pay." So I had my money ready. And I actually paid $2 for the first time in 5 months. I've been riding free every day since. I didn't blame her for it. I mean, she was nice enough to just tell me and give me a warning last time because she could have kept me off because I didn't have my money.
Well, you're mad that you had to do what literally everyone else does.
I just wanted to make that announcement tonight. That was a pretty historical event that happened for the Iron Patriot tonight.
I need to backtrack here. Did you call female African Americans female brothers? I think I heard that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you the first female brother I was in love with.
Stop saying that! It'd be sister or
used to love film.
Female drunk chicks. Patriot, tell Benji why you don't use the word sister.
Well,
Wait till you hear this fucking scientific theory.
they might think I'm talking about a nun, and also that the term brother has been used so much, I just attached a female to it, you know? I told you I like Beyonce, I like Kerry Washington. There's a lot of female brothers.
This is accidental racism still happening, by the way. He's now rattling off the handful of black women that he likes.
Yeah, I like Halle Berry's feet. I love to caress her feet. She's got cute clothes.
Good lord. That hat next week's gonna have a spike on it. You know?
Yeah.
I get the feeling he's coming in next week with a white hood on.
But I do say sister in my Soul Sister song. Remember when I did Soul Sister number 9?
I try to forget all these songs that you do, Paige.
No. I can do without your sarcasm.
Oh, getting a little bit argumentative. Now!
You know.
Bad Tony.
All right. None of those are classic songs. Don't talk about it anymore.
I love it, Patriot. Another week of accidental racism with the Patriot. Parker Searfoss, great job, man. How long have you been in LA?
Just a year.
A year. Well, welcome. Keep doing it. Keep rocking and rolling. He's at Fear Sauce on Twitter, everybody. There he goes, Parker. Fear Sauce. Fear Sauce. He got that. Fear Sauce. So if you're afraid of sauce and you fear sauce, then follow him on Twitter. Parker Searfoss. Good perspective, good jokes. He's from Texas. He's got it. You got any jokes about being from Texas, Patriot?
No. I told you what I thought about Texas right there. Someday I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna have a triumphant return there someday, and everyone's gonna know me. I'm gonna have a household name.
Okie dokie. Your next comedian seems like another new one, Emily McCarran, everybody.
Hi, so I was raised naked. Let me clarify. I was raised by a hippie lesbian, so I was basically naked until I got my boobs. But really though, my mom is a total trip. She says to me the other day, I don't like your name. No offense. I know that I named you. But it was a mistake of my youth. I think we should legally change your name to Emmy. Yeah, so my mom's a single parent, only one in charge of my name, and she chose Emily, a name she hates. Yeah, so as an actress, I get to go all these like really fun places. Like the other day I was in the ghetto, and this homeless man comes up to me immediately, and he's like, oh my God, are you okay? You don't look like you belong here. I can help you if you need help. Do you need money? I'm really scared for you. Can I save you? So I don't know what that says about me that happened, but I'm just glad that there's still good men out there. It's sad that he lives in a trash can, but you know what? At least there's still good men out there, you know, besides Jesus over here. Oh yeah, and by the way, my mom was also raised naked. My grandma, as you're talking to her, is stripped down.
A lot of words came out there. Oh yeah.
Was I talking fast?
You have the best cocaine in cleavage.
Well, when you're created and the person who helped create you is on crack, it might crack you out for life. And not my mom, but the guy who's probably my dad.
Wait, what? Wow, look at you. You are bonkers right now.
Always.
Yeah, I see
Always.
what's going on here.
Always.
The guy that's probably my dad.
Well, because I was created from random animal sex. So the guy that my mom's pretty sure is my dad is a total drug addict.
I thought your mom was a lesbian.
She wasn't being a good lesbian when I was created.
Hey, look who it is, everybody! It's But yeah, he's been on coke.
I'm a big fan, guys. I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. So, what did you say during all that?
Did you say you were raised naked? Is that how you said?
I was raised naked, yes.
What does that mean?
Literally?
Did you live in a nudist colony, or you went to or you ever been in a nudist colony?
No,
You know it's bad when Patriot's asking the most questions.
I'm from Santa Cruz, and my mom and all of her friends, besides being lesbians, were hippies. So I was naked until I got my breasts. because all the women in my life were like, oh my god, look. And I was like, screw you, I'll wear clothes now.
Were you homeschooled?
No.
But you didn't go to school naked.
No, I would wear clothes at school.
And then you just come home and get naked.
Sometimes on the bus. There was trails of clothes to the park.
To the park.
We live across the street from a park.
What?
What are you saying?
I love when she laughs because I get to nothing.
Well, I am made of giggles and frostings.
Did you get a lot of yeast infections growing up, just being naked all the time?
Never.
You'd think in Santa Cruz it's dirty now.
That's good because the pouch can breathe when there's no clothes on.
Did he just call a pussy a pouch?
Yeah.
That's so like weirdly clinical.
And I would like to oddly brag, but I've actually never had a yeast infection. Since you brought it up.
Wow. That is very hard to believe.
Is that because you're so psycho that you pour Purell on every guy's dick who you have sex with?
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Emily, how long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
I actually started doing stand-up in my living room when I was 4. But really, I started in August.
The August of this year.
Of this year, yeah. But it's something I've been meaning to do forever, and I was like, you know what? I have really big balls. I'm just going to pick them up and go do it, because the worst that could happen is I fail, and then that's funny still.
Are you really comfortable naked now? Like, could you get naked right now and feel fine?
No, actually, now that I'm an actress, I like to... I mean, I would strip down to my bra and underwear, but that's a little different.
We don't believe you.
Strip down now.
That's sort of like the guy recently who tried to challenge me to have sex with him by saying, I can tell you're not good at sex. Hot girls are never good at sex.
I've seen this guy in his underwear on this stage.
Yeah, that's true.
Getting spanked.
I know. What, really?
Why were you getting spanked?
I don't remember.
I think Martindale spanked you.
Oh, maybe.
You wouldn't remember.
I don't remember that part.
I've got photos.
This is probably in your drinking days.
Yeah. No, I remember doing that when someone was said something about like my dick or whatever. I'm like, I'll take that shit out right now.
We don't believe you.
Wait, but why were you getting spanked? Who spanked you?
Maybe it wasn't getting spanked.
I don't
There's something going
remember
on.
that.
It was like you and Martindale on stage.
Maybe
I'm not
it's
trying to
Martindale.
unpack weird shit. Maybe it was Martindale.
Yeah, I don't remember any spanking.
Maybe it was a wet dream of Benji's.
It's probably more like it.
Probably not.
There you go.
Benji, what does your dick look like?
That's a good question.
Walter Matthau.
It seems crooked.
I'm
though. Is it
sorry.
crooked?
It's not crooked, but it does go off. It's not like bent, it's straight, but it's pointing not perfectly straight.
Oh,
It's like the
it's
Eiffel
like
Tower or something.
The Pete Leading
Tokyo
Tower.
Tower.
Yeah, whatever that is.
So besides the fact that I talk really fast, any judgment?
Well, we have no idea really what
Oh,
you
we're
said.
talking about each other's dicks right now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You've been doing that all night. Come on, I want some judgment.
50%. If you slowed it down by 50%, you'd
Yeah.
have twice as much material, and we would understand what. the
Yeah,
fuck
we would
you're
know what
talking
you're
about.
talking about. I have no idea what you said.
Bobby Lee,
There he
everybody.
goes. There goes Bobby Lee, everybody.
Did you just come up here to satisfy a Benji's dick curiosity and then just take
No,
off?
my friend's in town. I want to give him the tour of the club.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I'll see you guys later, okay?
See you, buddy.
Bobby Lee.
All right.
Well, but they laughed, so someone understood my really, really fast talking.
I actually don't mind the fast talking. I would just pick a topic and then attack it. You're kind of just going like...
You're all over the place.
Talk about having lesbian parents. Talk about being naked. Instead, you just kind of mention a bunch of stuff and you kind of breeze right through it.
Because they're
Yeah.
very. They're
Well, a lot of my
unusual.
humor is visual, so it's really hard to choose what I could say without,
I
dancing.
feel like if you're gonna pick
Podcast.
You're saying that the
That are-
problem is that most of your jokes end in you dancing, and you didn't want to do that tonight.
Well, because if a lot of people are listening and I'm doing like weird facial and body gestures,
that a
they're
lot?
missing out. I do a lot of weird stuff.
So then just be yourself. I would write 10 things on each thing you mentioned. Write 10 things on having lesbian parents, 10 things on growing up naked, and then try them out.
So you didn't think the talking fast was distracting? Because
did.
I personally think that like when you're on stage, you're almost trying to hypnotize everybody. Like, hey, get in my road, blah blah blah. But when you're like getting kind of almost barked at, like, I'm just like, what? Stop,
I agree with you. It's
The talking-
definitely. Too
I didn't mind
fast.
that. The talking
Really?
fast and the
I couldn't even.
bounciness.
I couldn't.
But with
keep
the
attention.
topics, it was way too because they're really unusual, interesting
Yeah, well,
premises.
she didn't tell us the details till later. If she would have
Yeah.
told us those details in the beginning, we would have understood what she's saying.
Patriot, sometimes you get it just right, and this is not one of those times. Emily, hopefully next time you come on, you slow it down a little bit.
I will. I'll take Valium before I come up.
And stick with one topic at a time, and
Next time I'll tell you the jokes my mom's been writing me.
there you go.
It's all about how she's a really crappy parent.
I love that crazy laugh that you have after everything you say.
Uh-huh.
You just did it again. You don't even know that you're doing it. Emily McCarran, everybody. Follow her on Twitter at Cartwheel Joy. Jesus liked her. He brought out the kazoo. This is a crazy house tonight, and I love it. Okay, going back to the bucket. We're flying through them. You guys having fun?
Having a great time.
Have we cured your cold yet, Nick?
It's getting better.
I love it. This is another new name. I'm very excited about this. Put your hands together for Jordan Chizowski.
Hey guys, I moved to LA and I moved in with a roommate who I didn't know, and I had to tell him that I was gay, and he's from China, so I didn't know where he stood on that issue. So I asked him, I said, Sishu, are you LGBT friendly? And he goes, what's LGBT? It was like lesbian, gay, transsexual, bisexual. He goes, oh, are you gay? Yeah, I don't care. It don't matter to me. But we have neighbor who go to bed at 11. All right, I'll just turn my sexuality off at 10:30. Don't want to get a noise complaint or have the landlord come busting in like, hey, was someone being a fag past midnight last night? I've had several tenants who couldn't get to sleep.
Fuck yeah. There you go. Very funny. Awesome. So that's cool. That's all true. Do you have an Asian roommate?
I'm honest about that.
Fuck yeah. Very cool. Fuck yeah. What do you guys think? Anything?
Were you offended at that other comic's gay stuff?
I thought he was gay for the whole time, and then afterwards
He did sound gay, you know. There is a thing, I talk about it on stage because I get it a lot too. There's a thing with enunciation. I agree with you guys. I don't think he was gay based on how he was dressed. That was
talking
blatant.
about dicks and gay stuff.
Well, that too, but the way that he talked, I could sort of hear a little bit of. There's like a thing. You don't have it even, but you are gay, right?
Yeah.
Right. There's some guys that are like Martindale and like Jordan here that are just like, yeah, I'm gay and I'll butt fuck you, and they don't have that twang like Skylar had.
Right.
Where are you from?
Canada.
Okay. Oh wow, what part?
Edmonton.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've been to Toronto a few times, and I performed at Clandestine too. So.
Nice,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Up Mama.
Fuck yeah, fun fucking club, right? How long ago were you there?
I did the Absolute like 6 months ago.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like downtown Toronto.
You notice anything different about being gay in Canada and being gay here?
Well, I was in the closet in Canada, so it's completely different.
Wow. So you're just letting loose here. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna, make a, as an entertainer, if you're gonna go for it, you might as well go for it. So, he agrees too. So.
You gotta be so much happier, right? 100 times happier, right?
Well, it's a process, because it's like, you start dating guys, but it's weird. It's weird at first. You feel uncomfortable, and then you feel like other people think it's weird too. Like I'd never hold a guy's hand in public.
Right.
I would just
You should talk about that. The
Yeah,
slow
you should
process of you
Yeah.
start at first you're just doing tickle tortures with each other, and then you stick one.
What were you talking about in Canada before you came out? What was your stand-up like?
It was just a lot of jokes, not really.
Like crushing puss, bro. I love me some wet pussy.
I used to do jokes about.
You know what I hate about chicks is the lack of cock.
Well, I would be in small towns, and that material works when you talk about crushing pussies. So I would talk about trying to dance with girls, and girls dance in circles together, and you try and get in a circle, dance with them, but it's not like I really.
Jordan, this is all really funny. I'm really looking forward to you talking about like that hand holding and more stuff like that, because I think that we're living in an age where people are totally ready and down to hear what it's like for somebody to come out of the closet, and sort of like I think it builds tension, like that feeling of, you know, oh, that sounds rough at times, and oh wow, I feel like they'd be going on an experience with you. So definitely, like, I would totally get into that more, because that's all you, coming from Canada, being in the closet, now you're an American out of the closet, two totally different things. I mean, that could really define who you are. I mean, it's the type of set that could be on like the Tonight Show or something like that. Like, it's like breakthrough.
And you're middle America gay. You're like accessible. It's not like, it's not overboard.
I've also thought though, like, it might be off-putting because you can label someone who's flamboyant. You know, like, you see that and you know they're gay, but especially someone who's paranoid of other people being gay, like middle America might be, I might scare them because it's like, you can't tell.
Who cares?
Oh, you're thinking
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes you unique, though. You know, if most gay comics are up there being like, "I'm gay, and here's talk about how great I am with cock," and instead you're like, "Hey, what's up? I'm learning to deal with cock," and it's just so much.
The way he said that, it was like he was in an anonymous scene.
It just sounds so.
I'm Jordan, I'm dealing with dick right now. It's just like everywhere in West Hollywood.
It's so interesting.
Jordan, you're killing
It is
me.
very interesting. You should totally do more of that. Yeah.
Totally.
I want to. I mean, I agree with what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
It is hard though.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Let your fears go. You've already done so much. You're already halfway out of it. So just keep going. You know, was it harder to get out of Canada, or was it harder to come out? Like, the custom, it's really hard to get out of Canada, right?
I'm doing schooling.
Oh, so you're only here for a certain amount of time.
4 years.
Are you going to go back in the closet when you get back to Canada?
It would suck, for sure.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I want to hear more about it, Jordan. I can't wait to see you do more time. Please sign up and come back on again.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
He's at Jordan Chizowski on Twitter. That's CHYZOWSKI. We're going to fly through it. And your next comedian goes by the name of Kate Quigley, everybody. Little Kate Quigley. How exciting.
How are you guys? You guys, I had to quit drinking recently. Super depressing. I don't think I'm an alcoholic, but I did find out that shaking is my body's way of saying I miss you. Tequila. I had to do it because I was having surgery actually for my boob. Just one. Because I got my boobs done a while back, and it turns out that my right boob is like this overachieving superstar. Thank you. But my left is like the fucking lazy eye of tits. No, seriously, it was like Forrest Whitaker's face under here. Okay? Like, I don't know what happened. I go to my plastic surgeon. I'm like, dude, what is going on? Because I've raised them both exactly the same. I spend quality time with both of them. Why is the left one rebelling? And this Beverly Hills plastic surgeon, he looks at me with a straight face. He goes, this isn't medical, but my professional opinion is that this is usually caused from too much nipple sucking. Yeah. I'm like, okay, then get your mouth off my boob, doc. You know? I'm kidding, he's Asian. He would just attack it. That's it. That's enough.
How did that end? The cat came over to you. What was that
I
last
say he's Asian. He would just attack it with chopsticks.
Oh. I lose that part, but
It's a callback to another joke I didn't do.
I see. A callback. All right. Great. Yeah. One boob bigger than the other?
I would say don't do
Is all that
callbacks.
true?
That is all true. I got it fixed.
So was one nipple like really like one of those where you see it looking the other way, like for real?
For real, like one started going rogue and it started like.
Did they just they just cut it off and then like sew it back on into
That's
where it
not.
was
No,
supposed to
they have to literally like replace the implant. That is some scary shit. Don't do it, ladies, if you're thinking about it.
Get implants.
But also
Don't
get implants.
No, it's risky.
So you had implants and then one started going crazy.
It was complicated.
Gotcha. So you still have the implants, they just fixed it.
They fixed it.
Did you go to some hillbilly plastic surgeon the first
No,
time?
I went to
Yeah.
like one of the best Beverly Hills plastic surgeons, and he really did tell me that it's usually caused from too much nipple sucking.
Yeah,
So-
I don't think he's one of the best plastic surgeons, if that's what he said.
And can I recommend that gummy bear boots, guys? Look at
That's
that.
what I have.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh my god. Can I touch it? What is it?
Oh,
Gummy bear boots are the newest-
Ryan, you are out of control.
Have it? Oh, Missy Martinez
She
has
has
it
it
also. All right, awesome. Gummy bear boots
Yeah.
are like they're regular boots, like fake boots, always have like that hardness to it, kind of. Like you're like, oh, this is Gummy bear boots feels like a foam memory mattress, where you're like, oh shit, like, it's badass, dude.
We gotta move forward.
Hey,
We're
let me say
running.
something before I move on. I saw this lovely young lady Friday on Red Band's new improv podcast
Yeah,
called
watch it.
Thunder Pussy.
Yeah.
And you guys might want to
Thunder
check
Pussy,
this out.
the
If you
new
haven't
experience
seen
together
this,
for
you might
Thunder.
wanna check it out.
Alright, shut up, Adrian. Experience together for Thunder Pussy, everybody. It's the newest show on the Death Squad Network. I'm very excited about that. The great Jeremiah Watkins has been running an amazing show. It's the improvised stand-up show where comedians come on, take suggestions from the crowd, and improvise material on the spot. And it is the newest member of the Death Squad
and
family.
it's great because the comics actually get their, even as though it's not their version of their material, they get to put it on a podcast, them doing stand-up. So that's a hard thing that I've been trying to balance lately, is finding a podcast where comics actually have a form of stand-up on a podcast.
Thank you so much, Kate Quigley.
Thank you guys.
Have a great night. Thanks, you guys. Moving on to our final part of the show, as always, we have two lovely young rising comedians who do spots here. Tonight will be no different. And then our special announcement. But first, let's get it started with Sarah Mostajabi, everybody. Here she is.
I don't know what the fuck had to happen to me at 30 years old for 90% of the things I own to be Hello Kitty. I have $60 to my name, and somehow I felt I needed a sandwich maker that put Hello Kitty's face on it. So I make good investments with my time. I have a Hello Kitty purse, just to let guys know you probably don't want to go here. I don't know what it is, but as I've got older, my purses have just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Because now that I'm 29, I need a full bottle of Xanax, and for some reason a tube of Whiteout. I don't even know what Whiteout is for anymore. You use it to mark out the markings from black magic paper talking sticks. I don't know what the why do I even have that? It doesn't make any sense at all. But Hello Kitty is the key to friendship with girls. Oh, your parents didn't hug you or talk to you either. Good. Here's a fucking eraser. Now we're best friends. Seems to be how it is. Alright, thank you guys.
Very funny. Nailed it exactly a minute. You can tell she's been with us since episode 1. A new minute every week. The cat meows when she says goodnight. So I would say that something to add to the Hello Kitty on the purse, like when you say it lets guys know that you probably don't want to do this. So when they see Hello Kitty, goodbye Sarah, like something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something to throw in there. Benji, you just done? You checked out for the night?
I liked it. I thought it was good. Hello Kitty's a good thing to talk about. A lot of people obsessed with their Hello Kitty, but I don't necessarily think Hello Kitty is a red flag.
It is. It is for sure.
But you should get into, because I felt kind of the same way.
Yeah.
You should get into why.
Why do you think it's that way?
Why do?
Because you just did it as if everybody already knows it is.
Because I have a Hello Kitty lighter that I bought today.
Well, you're a boy. That's a whole other fucking story.
Right.
And that means you don't like Asian girls if you think that they all like Hello
On
Kitty.
the contrary, I love Asian girls.
Well, they love Hello Kitty, so yeah, you gotta explain what's up with Hello
Why
Kitty.
do you think it's, tell us, why do you think it's crazy?
I mean, there's something to be said about you having an attachment to something you've had since you were 6 years old and you're completely an adult, and my entire bathroom set is Hello Kitty. It's just so when a guy comes over, he's just like, oh, okay, I think I committed a crime.
There you go. That's the new funniest part of that joke. Is it the reality that it is your bathroom set, and then they feel dirty like a pedophile when they're using
The
the
fact that I
bathroom.
have to scoop 30 Hello Kitty plushies off before I get pounded that's an issue. There's something wrong with that.
That is
that's
scary
cute.
shit.
I think that's cute.
Well, yeah, well.
Do you have the lube? Hold on. Let me move the kitty.
I mean, it's funny how much licensing they do with Hello Kitty nowadays. Also, they
There's
even
Hello
have
Kitty
vibrators.
eyelashes.
There's vibrators that have Hello Kitty on the
I
end of
know.
them on
I
Amazon.
have it.
Whoa.
But I
Really? You have a Hello Kitty vibrator?
Hello, Kitty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, this kid stinks. Needs a bath.
Hello Kissy, right?
Me, yeah.
But
Okay.
I've liked the Dodgers since I was a kid. I have Dodger t-shirts and
That's
hand
sports.
towels. Maybe it's like the same thing. I don't know.
Sarah, that's a great new premise, another great new minute. Take those few tags and definitely try to, like I said, I think the new funniest part is that bathroom thing. Ask yourself questions like, why and things like that and get more into it. That's a great new bit. Another
Can I
great
ask you
new
something
minute.
real quick? You guys
Jesus Christ, you're killing me this
We gotta hurry, we
week.
got
What is it?
5
What?
minutes.
I've been out of the game for a while, but today Sarah sent me a picture of her feet and they were dirty. What does that mean?
Oh my God. Okay, that's enough. There you go. At Sarah Dresses on Twitter. Patriot. Settle down over there. I don't know what about wearing that safari hat makes you think you're the new host of the show, but
Rain, sleet, or snow?
you know who's next, everybody. Every week, the same 2 girls. So here's our next one, the one and only Kimberly Congdon. Everyone, here she is.
What's up, guys? I'm going through a hard time in my life. I'm going through tragedy. Things are really sad. Because my sister recently turned 18 years old and she's officially hotter than me. And I don't know how to deal with it. And I'm upset because I taught her how to do her hair. I taught her how to do her makeup. And now she's just surpassing me, I feel like I've been tutoring someone for a final that just got a better grade than me. I don't know what to do. Things are getting really bad. And I don't want to teach. Now I'm suspicious. I don't want to teach her anything. I don't want to teach her how to cook because then I'll have to watch her cook for the man of my dreams. I don't know, guys. This is just really sad, and that's it for me. Thanks.
It's a great premise with 0 punchlines. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Do you feel guilty that you're...
It's a fantastic premise.
That you're fostering all these negative things towards your sister?
No, because she knows it, and she's kind of a little bitch about it.
How?
But she really is. She's super hot. She's super pretty. She just
Maybe
she
if you
does.
went...
She she said that I was the ugly sister. That's okay.
So
I'm
you gotta
okay
put
with
that
what
out
she
there
is.
because then you antagonize her and then we're totally on your side.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's gotta come
jealous
first.
for a reason.
Yeah. I had that she wants me to do things like help her find a job, but I feel like as soon as she gets hired, she'll become the manager,
Right.
I don't know.
That just makes you sound jealous again.
Okay.
But it's still funny. It's a good
I just
thing.
think, yeah. Okay.
Well, what is she-
maybe now that she's calling you ugly and she's 18, maybe you wish that you would have coached her differently.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you
Right.
can even go
Okay.
sabotage.
Maybe you should have told her to get that perm that,
Yeah, that's true. Sabotaged her.
Tell her to
Yeah.
shave one side of her head because all the girls
Because it
are
was
doing
in.
it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm living in LA
Yeah.
now. I know what's up over here.
Everyone wants to
Right,
see
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
The whole new thing is getting a permanent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or and other goofy things, other ways that you would lead her the wrong
Yeah.
direction on
Yeah.
purpose seems
Yeah.
to be the way
You
that.
know what the new thing is? No ass. Stop the squats.
Right.
Yeah.
Shave one eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it should be,
Yeah.
it should get crazy towards the end, like that, like the whole new thing. Just shave one eyebrow.
Yeah.
You want me to ruin this girl for you?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan, but
That's a
no.
fun game.
Her own sister.
You're like, get married, get pregnant. You're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's
That
exactly the way
fucking
to go.
cunt. No, I'm kidding. I love
Right?
your
You look
sister.
really great pregnant.
Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Yep.
Maternity's in.
Right. So you gotta mention that she's against you so that you just don't sound jealous, and then talk about how she's prettier than you, about how you wish you would have given her different advice, and then start rattling
That's
off
awesome.
those things, because then
That's awesome.
it'll be a joke.
Cool.
Put your hands together for
Sweet.
Kimberly
Thank
Congdon,
you.
everybody. Follow her on Twitter. She's at Kimberly, at Kim Congdon, at Kim Congdon, right?
They're both
At Kimberly Congdon, at CONGDON. Hell yeah.
They're both funny, both those young girls. They're always getting funnier.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
Yeah, they're very good.
Which brings us to our special announcement, everybody. Our first ever special announcement here on Kill Tony is that we are adding a third regular to the show.
Whoa.
Put your hands together for her. You've seen her here before. She was with us with Marin and Benson at the LA Podfest. It's at Sarah Wineshank, everybody. Sarah Wineshank. Princess Shank. There's now 3 lovely ladies.
you. Am I gonna do my set?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You guys, impulse buys. I've been doing a lot of them. Okay, I went to the 99-cent store, right? Get a plate from there. Done. A golden plate. I needed 2. Get these 2 golden plates home. Guess what I find out? Not suitable for food. Another impulse buy. This week, I bought some peppermint bark. Anyone ever buy some peppermint bark? If you're a female, you know, past the age of 23, and you buy peppermint bark, it's not good. It's scary. Do you want some peppermint bark? It's for the holiday season. Lots of impulse buys, guys. I went to a boutique. I found a cup with E.T. on it that said, "Be good." Bought it for $40. Got home only to find out that this E.T. cup was from Pizza Hut and mass-produced. So its value was about $7. But I paid $40 for it. Lots of impulse.
Fuck yeah, you got some music and a kitty. Fuck yeah. Welcome, definitely. The newest regular, Sarah Weinshank, talking about impulse buys, which I think people can relate to in this Amazon era, right? Where are you buying these things from?
Everywhere. Goodwill. I did a Goodwill impulse buy, which was tampons, which I regretted immediately.
You bought tampons at Goodwill?
Yeah, then I couldn't use them because I'm like, how the fuck did these get here?
They're expired.
But in the moment, no, I don't know. Do tampons expire?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't use them. I freaked out.
It's stale.
I freaked out because I was like, I don't trust these.
You're spending email verification
impulse
on
buy.
that? Do tampons go stale?
Yes.
You're spending $40 on an ET something, and
ET
you're buying your tampons at Goodwill?
Yeah, right? Mistake.
You sound like...
I didn't use them though.
See, right now you're talking differently than when you were doing that bit.
Yeah.
Like you sound
You're
like you
right.
were from the Bronx.
Yeah.
I did?
Yeah, you sound more
Yeah.
Boston than the Boston girl that was just up
Yeah, you
there.
had like
Really?
an accent. I've never seen you on stage, but I've talked to you off stage.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
you sound totally different.
You're like,
you have
What are you
like
doing
a-
in my treehouse, bro?
Yeah. There was like a total like dude-ish kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
And then the
I mean, if
99
that's
cent
something
store.
that, if that's the way that you want to do it, that's cool, but, you know.
Is that
Right.
intense? Yeah, I'm not judging. I'm just
No,
wondering
I
if it's
think
If that's what you
intentional.
sound like when you're projecting, then that's fine. Is that what you think? Where are you from originally?
I'm from the Valley.
Wow.
I'm from the Valley, yeah. From the
So is
Valley.
that intentional or is it just?
No, it just, I don't know, when I get in the motion, when I start explaining something, I feel like I get excited, and my mom's from New York, and like, I feel like for some reason it comes out in me sometimes.
Okay.
It's weird.
I totally wish we could help you more, but we have completely run out of time. Welcome to being a regular on Kill Tony. That's our first appearance.
You'll follow her on
Twitter at Princess Shank. That's SHENK. She is the newest. There will now be 3 regulars at the end of every show.
Can I make a quick comment from her?
Yes.
I don't know for sure, but either the lead singer of AC/DC or Jeff Ross is in the back row.
Oh, it is. It's Jeff Ross, everybody. There he is. Put your hands together for my good pal, Jeff Ross. Fuck yeah. First time to Kill Tony. How are you, buddy?
Great show, fellas. Great show.
Thank you, man.
See?
Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Good job. Good eyes, Patriot.
I got better eyesight than you think, Tony.
Why don't you show him what it's like when you blacklist somebody? He's a robot, Jeff. All right, thank you so much for listening. You guys have anything you want to promote? At Nick Youssef on Twitter. Anything else happen? Anything crazy?
No, I mean,
listen to the podcast.
listen
with you
to
and Kevin
Occasionally
Christie.
Awesome, please. Me and Kevin Christie.
That's on iTunes.
It's on iTunes, it's on Stitcher, it's on SoundCloud, it's on All Things Comedy, the greatest comedy network. That's tied with the Death Squad.
How dare you son of a bitch.
I'm in promotion mode. You know I love the Death Squad.
And at Benji Aflalo, one of my great friends. What else is happening, Benj?
I tweet and stuff.
I love it. That's at Benji Aflalo on Twitter. At Josh Martin Comic, our producer who made many cameos tonight. At Comic Patriot, as always. Great episode. Thank you guys so much for being here. At Red Band. At Tony Hinchcliffe. Please tell friends to listen to this as well. I have so many people telling me that they're huge fans, and I'm like, do you ever tell anybody about it? And they're like, no, it's my own little secret. Oh, fuck yeah, they're flipping it quick. Stick around for another Death Squad doubleheader. It's the Ding Dong Show up next with Don Barris. Thank you. Good night.
Oh, thank you.